How are you?
I'm loved beyond all reason. You made your life your own for me. Talk to yours forever. God is a merciful love. Found hope and I found all I need. You're all I need. Come to stand for all we believe. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain, holy, holy is He. Sing a new song to Him who sits on heaven's mercy seat. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain.
job, guys. Welcome to Gold Creek. Would you please pray with me? Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all these students who are gathered here to learn more about you. And I pray your blessing and protection over each and every one of them this week. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, tweens. You're dismissed. J.High, you have 1 minute for FaceTime. Go. First 4 rows, please. First 4 rows only, please. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to take our tithe and offering. This is the time to give back to God what He's blessed us with. If you call yourself a Jesus follower, you're supposed to give back a portion of what you've been blessed with. So if you guys get an allowance, got some money for your birthday from Grandpa and Grandma or from Christmas, we want to encourage you guys to bring this on a weekly basis. Little kids up there do it, adults do it, our whole church. It's a core principle of our church, okay? Guys, nobody in the back row? Nobody in the back row, come on up. We got plenty of other seats. All right, we have a couple quick announcements. Kayla, would you mind grabbing the sheet, the baptism sheet right there for me? First of all, Easter Sunday we do not have encounter services. That's our big baptism day. And so we want to encourage you guys, if you have accepted Jesus as your Savior and you have not been baptized, you guys know what baptism is in the water. We dunk you in front of a bunch of people, hold you down for a few seconds right before you pass out. No, we don't hold you down that long. So if you are interested in getting baptized, the reason Christians get baptized is because Jesus did it. Plainly speaking, Jesus did. He commanded His followers to make disciples and be baptized, all right? That's what we're supposed to do, all right? But at our church, who's baptized as a baby? I know I was. Anybody baptized as a baby? Yep, I was. Okay. At our church, we actually don't count that. We don't count infant baptism because in the Bible, when it talks about baptism, it always comes after you become a Christian. We know that you can't be a Christian when you're a baby. It's impossible because you have to make a personal decision to follow Jesus. Babies can't do that, obviously. So, if you were baptized as a baby and you accepted Jesus maybe at summer camp or last year at winter camp and you've never been baptized, we'd encourage you strongly to consider being baptized at our church. All right, Easter Sunday, we're open for about 15 to 20 of you guys getting baptized together. You guys can all be supporting each other. You'll all be there. The whole church is there. It's awesome. I think last year we baptized like 60 different people on Easter services. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I'll be there. I can baptize you in person. So, very cool time. If you're going to get baptized, Easter Sunday is the day to do it. I know we did one in the fall, but this is the big one, all right? So we want to encourage you guys to do that. So this will be in the back. Courtney, you want to grab this? So right there where Courtney's going to put it, you'll see it right on the table. I want you to check it out right there. First announcement, Holly, or Leah, you can pull it up. There we go. Next week, it's already here. I told you it's going to come fast, is winter camp. Who's excited about winter camp? That was weak. Who's excited about winter camp? Still pretty weak. All right. We're going up to Tall Timber near Leavenworth. There's supposedly almost 3 feet of snow up there right now, so there will be snow. It will be a snow camp. Hopefully not too much snow that we get stuck there. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. Our theme's evangelism. Our speaker is Alex Crowers, the pastor he's a youth pastor at Overlake Christian Church, one of our sister churches. It's going to be a lot of time. We're hoping you guys come away from, we're hoping you guys come away from winter camp on fire to reach your friends with the gospel of Jesus. That's what evangelism is all about. That's what our camp theme is all about. It's going to be incredible. Snow tubing, snow skateboarding, cross-country skiing, ice skating, snowshoeing, lots of fun games. It's going to be an awesome time. But most of all, it's going to be about chapel time and evangelism. It's going to be incredible. 4 awesome chapels. We're going to have an awesome worship band, some new people leading worship. It's going to be awesome. If you are not going to camp, we're sorry you're missing out, but we will have Encounter next week. So still come to Encounter. There'll probably be about 15 or 20 of you here. Still come to Encounter next week. Tony, our band coach, is going to be teaching, continuing our new series. And Pastor Brian will be here. So you do want to encourage you guys, if you're not going to camp, still come to Encounter. Okay, don't go in the adult service to parents. We don't like you guys doing that. Come in here into Encounter, all right? Cool? Awesome? And Easter Sunday, you'll get to go into the adult service with your parents, all right? Just save it till then, all right? So come in here next week. We still will have all 3 services. We'll have Encounter services just like normal. Let's see what else. If you are in camp, make sure you're here on Friday night at 5. Check in at 5, right at 5. We're going to be leaving soon after that. 5 o'clock this Friday night. Make sure you have all your gear. I'll be emailing your parents later. Encounter Fest Baller 7. Who's excited about Encounter Fest Baller 7? Yeah? Week again. Who's excited about Encounter Fest Baller 7? Who's already invited some people? All right, you guys want it? We need to get more people inviting people. Remember, this is an outreach event, so it's not actually for you guys. You guys go to church. It's not for people that go to church. It's for people that are unchurched, that don't know Jesus. That's the whole reason we do Encounter Fest, all right? This is our biggest Encounter Fest of the year, our biggest outreach event of the year. We had over 100 students there last year, all right? 25 people got saved and met Jesus for the first time. That's basically the only reason we do Encounter Fest. The reason we do these outreach events is so people encounter Jesus for the first time. So if you're there and your friends are there, it's like pointless, all right? Because you guys have already, most of you have encountered Jesus, all right? We want you to invite your friends, all right? So you guys need to bring at least 2 people. It's a free basketball tournament. Basketball is huge in Seattle, all right? It's not too hard to invite people, all right? 2 people, form your team. If you have more, that's great. The person who brings the most friends will win the grand prize. I'm not saying what that is yet. It's going to be awesome. And if you bring more, that's awesome. If you don't like basketball, you don't like playing, it's open for girls too. It's co-ed. It's just for fun. There's not a lot of hardcore ballers in our ministry. We have some athletes, but not so much basketball. We have 1 or 2. Okay. We're not that super competitive here, really, when it comes to basketball. So if you're just looking to have fun, just come and have fun. Soccer players, I was a soccer player. I don't really play basketball, but I'd still play. It's just fun. But if you don't want to play, if you just don't really hate basketball, you don't want to play, we'll have other stuff to do. So bring a non-playing team. Does that make sense? So whether you play or not play in the basketball tournament, you still need to bring a team. Does that make sense? Non-playing team or a playing team, all right? So I want to encourage you guys to do it. It's coming up quick. It's 2 weeks from today. And we're gone for camp. Most of us are gone for camp next week. So make sure you guys, we printed off 300 flyers for Ballers Heaven. Grab one of those on your way out. Don't just grab one, grab like 10, okay? Give them out to every friend you know. Some people are like, well, one guy told me, I invited 12 people. I'm like, so you're putting a limit on how many people you want to see in heaven. He's like, oh, when you put it that way, I'm like, yes, I am putting it that way. That's what this event is all for, so that we can bring as many people as possible to heaven with us, okay? That's why we're doing this. Would you put a limit on how many friends of yours you want to see in heaven? Of course not. Pass them out. We have plenty of handouts. Take a bunch of them, all right? You have my permission. Hand them out to your friends. Don't just throw them around. Somebody told me they went to their school and just was throwing them on the floor. I'm like, oh, don't do that. Hand them to people you know. It doesn't have to be your best friends. Just some people you know that you want to see in heaven, all right? That's the point of it. See the big picture? Good. All right, and we have a video for that in a second, but really quick. Following Encounter Fest Baller 7, we're going to be joining the high schoolers in here for our merge night. We haven't had one since the fall. You guys, who was at the Thanksgiving feast merge night? I think that was our last one. Yeah? Merge night, we joined the high schoolers. We'll be in here. So probably about 300 of us here packed in here. We're giving away a free iPad. Some of you brought friends today. That's good because you see that wood thing on top of the table. Check out the wood thing. That's the spindle, the cage for raffle tickets for the new iPad mini. We're giving away a free one at merge night after Encounter Fest. You need to stay for the whole night though. You can't just come for Baller 7 and leave and still be able to. No, you gotta stay the whole night, all right? So, come for Ballers, Encounter Fest Baller 7, stay for merge night. We're gonna give away a free iPad. We have a special guest speaker joining the high schoolers. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a couple videos for you guys, check it out.
Yes, I'm very educated, yes, I'm very gentleman. Hope you take me seriously, trusting I do the best I can. Thank you for listening, aware of my opinions. I don't have an attitude, maybe a clean attitude. I'm not here to point at you, listen to my point of views. I'm just speaking my mind and a solution on what to do. Who's I'll shoot the messenger, Mr. Prime Minister. Real recognize, not speaking to the youth. I'm speaking to anybody that wants to hear the truth. I'm speaking to anybody that wants to make a move. Anybody wants to see positivity in the news. It's up to you, listen. All it takes is a smile of a child to make you smile. So what are we in now? Give a brother a hug, give a sister some love. Rest in peace to those above. Where's the love, bro? It's all one love. This one's for the love. This one's for the girls. Give up on each other. This is us against the world. This one's for the fathers. This one's for the sons. And everything is said and done. It's us against the world. Got to keep spreading that. Got to keep spreading love. Got to keep spreading that. Got to keep spreading love. Got to keep spreading that. Got to keep spreading love. Got to keep spreading that. Treat others how you like to be treated. Treat people the same. Treat everybody even. As long as you are breathing, every day is an achievement. We can make a difference. Depends if you believe it. Listen to this message. Michael Jackson did it. Bob Marley did it. I'm making the most of the gift that I'm given. Give a brother a hug. Give a sister some love. Rest in peace to those above. Where's the love, bro? It's all one love. This one's for the mothers. This one's for the girls. Give up on each other. This is us against the world. This one's for the fathers. This one's for the sons. And everything is said.
All right, this is the first week of our March series called Intervention. You may have heard the word intervention before. Obviously, a lot of times it's used if somebody has a drug problem and their family will have an intervention where they'll confront them about the problem. That's where the word comes from. There's a lot of pain and brokenness in our ministry. A lot of you are hurting today. The series will cover painful topics such as bullying, drugs and alcohol, and family dysfunction, before concluding with an Easter message on how God sent his son, Jesus, to intervene in our sinful, fallen world to save us. We're going to kick off the series with an important message on bullying. This is a topic we haven't covered in Encounter before, but it's a very relevant topic that a lot of us are dealing with. First of all, we're going to go with the definition of bullying. I found most of this information on a website called Focus on the Family. They have a lot of excellent resources. They describe it as ongoing aggressive behavior intended to cause harm or distress in a relationship where there is an imbalance of power, either physical or something else. Whether it's somebody who's physically bigger than somebody else or just emotionally a bigger person. A domineering person, somebody that's bigger is picking on someone who's smaller, whether it's physical or otherwise. Bullying can occur at any stage of life, but is particularly common and destructive during childhood and adolescence. Adolescence is the time between when you're a little kid and an adult. That'd be you right now, teens, youth. Bullying goes well beyond the usual horseplay of childhood and adolescence. So when we say, oh, that's just kids being kids and they're just roughhouse and stuff, we're not talking about that. We're talking above and beyond. That's what bullying is. It's not normal. It is essentially child abuse perpetuated by peers. And when we hear the term child abuse, we typically think in our society when an adult abuses a child. But when it comes to bullying, effectively, it is child abuse by a peer. A peer is somebody your age, so look around, you're each other's peers. Bullying is child abuse by another teen. On the website, there was different forms of bullying that they discussed. The first was verbal bullying. These are insults, name-calling, racial or ethnic slurs. These are experienced equally by both boys and girls. It's not just one or the other, it's about equal. And represent the most common form of bullying. Verbal, saying nasty things about somebody. Next kind is physical bullying. Hitting, kicking, shoving, throwing stuff at, or other direct bodily injury as well as destruction. That's physical bullying. And then there's social bullying. That's spreading gossip and rumors, often sexually related. Exclusion or excluding someone, or outright isolation, isolating them, not talking with them, not being around them. These are more common forms of bullying among girls. Some people incorrectly use the term drama to explain that. That's just girl drama. And I'm going to talk for a couple minutes about this. Because this is a situation where a lot of people think, oh, maybe at church you don't have bullying. This is an issue, an encounter where we have a serious problem. Is when it comes to social bullying. We don't call it girl drama. It's bullying, and it's wrong. And I'm going to call it out right now. In our 7th grade girls class, we have a major problem with social bullying. Just calling it out, being honest. You know who you are. And it needs to stop. It's a serious problem. It's not girl drama. We're going to call it what it really is. You are being a bully. It is social bullying. Not girl drama. It's inappropriate for anyone to do, especially for young Christians. It's unacceptable behavior here in Encounter. And the 4th kind is electronic bullying, also known as cyberbullying. It's on the internet or through other electronic devices, such as text messaging and Facebook. Over the last 10 years has become a more popular form of bullying. Obviously, with our age that we live in, that you guys are growing up in the age of machines, there's a lot of evil that comes out of that. When you're saying stuff online or through texting, instead of saying it to somebody's face, you're going to take it to another level, typically. You can now hide and anonymously post stuff on the internet about someone you would never say to another person, but when you anonymously post it online, you can say whatever you want, feel like. It's evil. That's electronic or cyberbullying. This is Megan Meyer. In 2006, Megan was 13 when she met someone on a site called MySpace. Anybody ever heard of MySpace? It's kind of the predecessor to Facebook. It was horrible. Facebook's much better. She met someone on MySpace who she thought was a 16-year-old guy. In reality, it was later discovered that it was a fake profile created by the, get this, mother, an adult. A fake profile created by the mother of a former friend of Megan's. The mother, her daughter, and a friend led Megan to believe that the fake boy liked Megan through a series of emails back and forth and messages back and forth over several weeks. And Megan, of course, obviously, they posted a fake picture and she's like, oh, that's a cute boy. And so she really got involved and really liked the guy, even though she never met him. The guy. But after a few weeks of being nice and kind of leading her on through the messaging on MySpace, to get revenge on Megan for allegedly spreading gossip about the other girl, they began cyberbullying Megan, spreading rumors about her over the internet. Before using the fake profile to tell her that the boy she liked now hated her. Megan was later found dead in her bedroom after hanging herself in her closet. Bullying is not normal behavior. It's not just something kids do. It's not a phase everyone goes through. It's sick and it's wrong. And in some cases leads to death. I tell you the story of Megan to show you how serious it is. What you're doing, if you're bullying someone, you need to knock it off. It's evil. Research shows that between 20 and 30% of teens today experience bullying. Some believe the number might be even higher because in the reports, some kids are probably afraid to even write it, even though it's an anonymous form they're filling out. They don't want to even fill it out, so it could even be higher than that. Research shows that this strange situation that some bullying victims go on to bully other students. So victims become bullies themselves. It's kind of a vicious cycle. So some bigger person at the top is picking on them, then they go and pick on someone maybe who's like the bottom feeder down here that is at the way bottom. It's kind of strange because you think they know how much bullying hurts, but that's what we see happening. Bullying is not restricted to any particular area of the United States, community settings. It happens in big cities, it happens in suburbs like ours, it happens in rural areas. It's not restricted to any ethnic group or race or socioeconomic status. Rich people, poor people, it happens everywhere. It is more common at schools than on the way to or from school. This goes in the face of a lot of Hollywood movies and TV shows where you see somebody's on their bus and they're just dreading getting off their bus because their bully's waiting for them around the corner or hiding behind a fence, and they're running home away from them to try to get to the safety of home before their bully steals all their money or whatever. Research shows that's usually not what happens. The majority of bullying happens in school, in the lunchroom, in the bathroom, at your lockers, in the classroom, in the library, gym time, phys ed. I put public or private because a lot of people, I grew up, I know most of you go to public schools, I grew up going to private Christian schools, and a lot of people think, oh, those are Christian schools, there can't be bullying there, they don't allow that and everything, and that's a lie, because personally, I was bullied when I was your age. So if you've been bullied, guess what? I know what it feels like, because I was bullied in middle school and my freshman year of high school, and it was awful. I had to switch schools, it got so bad. And there's a lot of pain still there, still a lot of raw emotions, and when I was writing this message, I had to kind of remove myself personally from this, because it's still something that makes me emotional, even though it's been over 15 years. And I put public school or private school to say that, a lot of people, there's this myth that private schools, it doesn't happen. And if I would say, if anything, it's worse at private schools, because in recent years, public schools have attempted to restrict it. And when I go and visit at lunch, when I do lunch walkabout at Valley View, Gateway, or Heatherwood, I don't see a lot of explicitly bullying out in the open, because I'm watching for it, and I've always noticed, I'm like, it doesn't seem as bad as it used to be, like when I was a kid and growing up. So they've gotten better at it. They treat it more serious than they did when I was a kid. A lot more people back in the 90s when I was your age were saying, that's just a phase, it's a normal thing, just they go through. I remember it got so bad when I was in 8th grade, no one would sit with me at my lunch table. I was sitting by myself, and the principal, I would just come over and she would talk to me. And it got so bad, my mom went in and talked to her about it, because my mom was ready to pull me out of the school. And the principal, she meant well, she knew it was bad, she knew they were wrong, but rather than deal with the kids, she goes, well, maybe I can just have him come in and eat in my office with me, eat his lunch, as if that was going to accomplish anything. And so that was kind of she meant well, but didn't really do anything about it. That's just kind of, that was the views back then in the 90s, that it was just, it's just something normal, all kids have to do it. It toughens kids up, it's good for them. But I know that's not true, because I went through it. Statistics only dimly reflect the pain endured by victims of bullying. See all these statistics, but when you look at these numbers, it's kind of cold. You're not seeing the personal faces and the stories of these students who are going through bullying. If you've been bullied, you know what I'm talking about. Aside from any physical injuries, students who are bullied are also more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and physical complaints such as headaches, abdominal pain, and fatigue, tiredness. A lot of times there's a red flag to parents is the reluctance to go to school. They talk about this, red flags. Maybe that's some of you. Maybe you're telling your parents, I don't want to go to school, but you don't want to tell them why, that you're being bullied. A lot of times that's a sign that you're being bullied if you don't want to go to school. So a lot of times you'll go to the doctor and they can't find anything wrong with you, and you're like, my stomach hurts, I get headaches. And I know what that's like, because ministry can be stressful, and I've gotten ulcers before in my stomach, and it hurt, my stomach hurts because of stress. So I understand how that is. I'm not saying you're making it up at all. But you go to the doctor and they can't find anything wrong with you. But the reason for that might be because you're being bullied. Some more effects of bullying. Frequently, victims are reluctant to report what has happened to parents or school officials because of a conviction that nothing can be done about it, or a lack of confidence that adults will take effective action. That's like what happened in my life. It was true. They didn't. Fear of retaliation from the bully. You might get beat up even worse if they find out you turned them in, from a threat from them. Or sometimes even shame. Just the shame that you're being bullied. You don't want to tell anyone because you're just ashamed of that. Students who bully others are more likely to be involved in criminal activity later. So students that are going to be involved, statistics say, probably in drug use, underage drinking, theft, robbery, assault, violence. There's a lot of bullies in prison now. Again, this is not normal behavior. Don't let anybody think that bullying is normal. It's not. It's a disorder in somebody who feels the need to bully others who are weaker than them. And I want to talk a little bit about that. I remember when I was your age and I was being bullied, I remember thinking in my head, what's the matter with you? Why do you even care? You clearly have a lot of problems of your own. Worry about your own problems. Why do you even care? Why do I upset you so much, even though I never talk to you? Why do I upset you so much that you feel the need to attack me? What's wrong with you? And it is. It's an imbalance. They have problems. Have you ever heard the term that hurt people hurt people? Have you ever heard that term? Hurt people hurt people. They hurt others. Have you ever heard that before? It's true. Because a lot of these people that are feeling the need to bully innocent other people that have nothing to do with their problems, they'll take out their problems on someone else. They're hurt by somebody. Then as a solution, they feel that they need to go hurt others to help their pain. It's messed up. It's not an excuse. But that's why they do it. Hurt people hurt people. And it's true. If you feel the need to take out your pain on someone innocent, that's not normal. You have a problem. It's a serious problem, an imbalance. Normal people don't do that. It needs to be resolved. If you're in here and you're a bully, you have a problem. You need to fix that. Get some help. Taking it out on innocent other people is not the solution to your problems and your pain. I'm sorry if somebody's hurt you, but the solution isn't to go to hurt somebody else.